lesson. Hello, this is Kerwin Joseph with you again in the second installment of our Save Your Marriage series. Today is a very special day for me as I officially enjoy 12 years of marriage to my beautiful wife. This year has been a lesson of love, acceptance, and understanding for us. We have really grown a lot during the past few years as we really enjoyed a lot of growth and transformation in our lives that also affected and impacted the growth that we experience in the marriage. A few nights ago, the Lord showed me a very simple illustration to demonstrate the power of love. Love is so much more than we think it is, and it is the entire foundation of marriage as well as life. We spend so much time focusing on love as a feeling or an emotional response that we miss the essence of how amazing love is. To help me better understand love, especially in the context of marriage, the Lord showed me two buildings. The first was a church and the second was a courthouse. Love, especially in marriage, represents a philosophy, a perspective, a life approach that is unique and undeniable. Love dictates how you view your spouse as well as how you interact with them. When a couple gets married, they go to church. We do not need a church, however, to get married. To be validated by the state, all we need are signatures on a legal document. The fact that we go to church is because we associate marriage and love with God. We want to establish our union in the presence of God because we believe marriage is ordained by God. If your spouse dies, you go back to where the vows were recited. You go back to church. We do not need the church to bury our dead. All we need is a burial site. The fact that we go back to church is again because we believe life belongs to God. So we take our deceased spouse and present them to the one who was there for the marriage. We believe love and life are in the hands of God, and we demonstrate this with our actions. When we love, we want God to be present because love is the essence of God. Love is the beauty of life and our existence. The church is used when we get married to the one we love and when that love passes away. We honor our vow till death. The strange thing is that we do not need the church for any of these events. We live in countries with laws and we sign documents of law for marriages as well as deaths. The law is also a philosophy and a way of life. We will either treat our spouse from the foundation of love or the scrutiny of the law. When a couple that got married in church decide to get a divorce, they do not go back to church. Jesus answered a question about divorce and said, "What God has joined together, let no man break apart." How many couples go before God when they want to get a divorce? We say God is the one who joined the marriage together, but when we want to end it, we do not go back to Him. God is a God of love, and marriage is a covenant of love. Marriage can also be a contract that is made final by the law and can be terminated by the same law. In your marriage, you will either treat it as a covenant founded on love or a contract protected by law. These two positions are opposed to each other because love covers transgressions while the law punishes them. When you take the position of the courthouse, your spouse becomes a person on trial. You become a judge looking for every fault and flaw so you can sentence them. You start treating them differently. Communication changes, intimacy changes, attitude changes as you begin passing judgment. You stop seeing them as the person you love and want to spend your life with. They become the person who can't cook, can't clean, and can't wash. The person who can't please, can't support, and can't understand. You stop seeing all the good things and focus only on what you see as negative. When a police officer pulls you over for speeding, do they acknowledge all the good driving you did? They are only concerned with the law and the violation you committed. When you allow the love to diminish, you also tend to pull away from God and pull away from the love of God. We instinctively start demanding justice and we evoke the law. This, of course, is far from the example of Christ and his church. As the spiritual husband of the church, he continuously evokes grace in the spirit of love, even when the law demands retribution. The more you learn to focus on love, the stronger the foundation of your marriage becomes. Moving away from love weakens the foundation, and embracing law as your guide destroys it. In your marriage, you either love your spouse or judge them. One approach connects with the essence of God and opens the door for him to get involved in the marriage. The other approach demands retribution and closes the door on healing and reconciliation. Love is life. So the best way to have a healthier marriage is to learn more about love and how to love. When I became a judge of my wife and she became my judge, we experienced the worst period of our marriage. It became natural to see only the faults in each other, like two prosecuting attorneys looking for evidence against each other. The courthouse became our home, and we were drawing closer to calling for the death penalty. Love was far from us, and we used the law to blame each other for why we were not happy. We were busy accusing instead of loving. We drifted away from our foundation of love, and many of you are in this place right now. You are feeling like the love is gone and the relationship is not worth fighting for. It feels like the marriage is dead because love is not being activated. As you listen to this, you are telling me, I don't know how hard it is and how much he or she has done to you. I may not know the depth of your situation, but I know the power of love in restoring and breathing life back into your marriage. I know you desperately want your spouse and the circumstances to change so you can be happy. What I can say is that love is joy, peace, and strength, and it is worth the effort to spend time focusing more on love and less on your spouse and the situation. So, I look forward to hearing from you, so please leave a comment and look out for the book 2 Principles to Save Your Marriage on Amazon. Your marriage is worth saving, and love can comfort, restore, and preserve. So make room for more love in your marriage today, and look out for part 3 in our Save Your Marriage series.